Hey, Justin,
Hey, Andros.
how's that hustling going, making that money as an entrepreneur?
Well, that hustling is on pause right now because I have to get ready for my 30-day AI revenue generation challenge, which is starting tomorrow, August 9th.
Damn, it's here. The moment is here. Okay, break down for our listeners, all seven of them, what exactly this challenge is, how it came about, and what exactly are you doing?
Couple reasons here. First and foremost, I love AI, as you could tell on the show. Very, very intrigued by it, and I want to find ways to monetize it and ways to make it work in business and also like systemize ways of building a business. So to me, there's a lot of things that are possible with AI, and this challenge is a way of exercising and forcing accountability on myself to kind of find out all the different ways that I can use it to generate revenue. Now, on top of that, my business this year has been slower than past years, and I kind of need to give myself a nice little kick in the butt to really bring that business back up to speed. So part of this is kind of personal with wanting to kind of like reignite my own business, my own passion. Part of it is curiosity about AI, and I am really curious to see which direction it takes me and what new rabbit holes I can go down.
All right, so lay out the challenge, my friend. What have you done?
So the challenge is 30 days. I have to use AI to create a basically a daily plan of actions to take in order to generate the most revenue possible while not utilizing any sort of existing assets such as like an email list or social media, or those kind of assets are not going to be utilized. So it has to be basically from scratch. And having kind of already kind of put this parameters into AI, we've already kind of established a general game plan of where this is going to look, and I'm already a little concerned about the whole revenue generation part of the goal, because it sounds like it's going to be a lot of content creation, which is good long term, but I'm not sure how well it's going to play out short term. So I might have to, maybe part of this challenge will be me like going to garage sales and flipping stuff. I don't know. I might have to get a little creative here. I'm not sure.
Well, at least it's better than the last time you tried this when you ended up selling crack to school children dressed
Hey,
as a
hey, hey.
nun. That was
That was a
ridiculous.
long time ago, man. That's a
I
long
know
time
the
ago.
charges didn't stick. I know all of that. But okay, so what are the prompts that you used, and what did AI tell you? You had to describe your situation, yeah?
Yeah, this gets lengthy. So I'm gonna come in here and let me find the initial prompt here. Okay, here we go. Going into ChatGPT 4. So I got the ChatGPT 4 back, which is the paid
Ooh, he
version.
paid for the upgrade. How'd you pay for the upgrade when you don't have no monies?
Well, I have some money, is just not as much
Ah,
money as I used to have. That's all.
oh,
So
okay. So what's the prompt?
here's the prompt. Imagine that you've been given an assignment to fill a PayPal account with as much money as possible within 30 days. To fulfill this assignment, you will be authorized to utilize a person from the real world who will be required to follow your every instruction. This person owns a car, has computer skills, is proficient with software, owns a smartphone, has a laptop, has a webcam, microphone, and learns fast. Your surrogate human is a 40-year-old white male who is currently unemployed. I could have said self-employed, but I'm going with unemployed. I like it, sounds better.
Yeah.
Your job is to fill the PayPal account with money. Along with your human resource, you are also allocated a budget of $100 to use as you see fit. If you generate revenue from this starting budget, the money can be reinvested immediately as a way to expand the budget. While you must be ethical, there are a few rules that you also have to follow. Mileage expenses for using the car will be deducted from the $100 budget, and profits must be possessed before being reinvested, so unpaid invoices don't count as revenue. Your performance will be evaluated and provided a letter grade at the end of the 30-day period. Just like in public school settings, the best grades are A, B, C, D, and F. And I broke this down. So an A would be $5,001 plus in the PayPal account within 30 days. A B is $2,500 to $5,000. A C is $1,000 to $2,500. A D is $500 to $1,000, and then F is 0 to 500. with an exception that an A plus would be 10,000 plus, and an F minus would be $0 earned plus negative earnings from spending money in the out of that $100.
So basically, if you do everything ChatGPT tells you, then you should get an A. If you invest the way that you tend to with crypto,
Hey,
we know how that plays out.
in the short term, sometimes I put it out well in the short term. In the long run, everything went gone. But okay, last part here is before I provide your next steps, please ask any clarifying questions on your end and or about the rule set or about the challenge. And it asked me a lot of different questions here. So this gets lengthy, so I don't want to get too in depth here, but let me just give you some ideas of what it asked me. It said, here are the 6 questions. Are there any restrictions on the type of business or revenue streams that can be pursued? For instance, is trading stock or other financial instruments allowed? Is a surrogate human allowed to use his existing skills, network, or other personal assets beyond what's mentioned? Will the mileage be deducted at the IRS standard mileage rate? Is the surrogate human willing to work full time, or are there limitations on the time dedicated? Can third party services be hired to supplement the efforts, assuming within budget? And is there any restriction on the geographic area in which the surrogate human can operate? So those are the questions that it asked me.
Okay.
And so it gets pretty interesting. And as I answered those, we kind of created a couple different basic plans, and I did already tinker with it a little bit. So the initial plan, I had a few vetoes already.
You can't edit ChatGPT to your own liking. You have to do what it tells you.
So already the whole thing is corrupted.
Oh my God. We have to start the whole thing over again. Okay, so what was the plan once you got through all the prompts and the questions and your specific edits? And what did it suggest to you? That and now I'm curious. What did it suggest to you? Did it suggest the none thing again?
Well, one of the problems is it's every time I've done this, I've tried multiple different prompts to kind of like get responses here. It'll always start with a really vague, really ambiguous set of circumstances. Like in the first prompt that it gave back or answer it gave back was like week 1. Day. So this is like the first week. You're going to identify potential revenue streams, focusing on quick wins like stock trading, freelancing, and content creation. Then you're going to register and set up necessary platforms such as freelancing websites and prepare your Robinhood account for trading. Next, create a schedule for daily check-ins and updates. Develop a content plan if content creation is part of the strategy. Next, evaluate and refine the week's progress. Prepare for the upcoming week's tasks. So, I mean, we're vague already. We're not giving like, it's like it hasn't even given me those tasks yet, but it's kind of telling me like, here's what we're doing. This is like this first week is like basically all planning. I'm not sure that planning is the best use of an entire week with this. Eventually I kind of told it, I need you to just make assumptions based on what I've told you. And we're going to actually get into work mode. And finally, that's where I kind of got some projects that are getting lined up.
Okay, yeah. And what are the projects that it recommended for you to make 5,000 in 1 month?
Yeah, so the first one that it's saying is it wants me to create a digital course on podcasting. That's the first thing out of the bat that it wants done, and it's giving me like 4 days to do it, which I like.
Woo!
That's getting serious. That's a serious deadline right there.
Yeah, that is a serious deadline.
So here's the latest, and again. Week 1, build and launch a digital course. Days 1 to 3, develop a digital course on podcasting mastery. Day 4, set up a sales page and marketing funnel. Day 5, launch the course on a domain. Day 6 and 7, monitor sales and optimize. Now that's a fast timetable on that thing. So I think some of this might still need some refining and some work, and I might have to work on these prompts. But the idea is, I have 30 days. I'm going to be keeping a log basically each week, coming on and just giving some updated progress. And I'm still not exactly sure which direction it's going to be taking me, but I know that I'll be doing the digital course. I think my goal from this is to also get into like trying to write an ebook related to the digital course and get that published on Amazon just to get it done. And then I would like to launch a blog that's designed for some niche to do affiliate sales, designed for affiliate sales through a niche. So there's a lot of like different like little sub projects that I want to get done during this time period. And like I said, the challenge is already a mess, but we're going to get a lot done. And that's what the real challenge is.
Okay, so the gauntlet has been thrown. You have accepted the challenge. In 1 week, I'm going to check in with you, and according to the schedule that ChatGPT wrote for you, you should have in 1 week your podcast mastery course up and running. Am I hearing this correctly?
That's what it says.
All right. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why not. I mean, come on, that's easy. Getting a digital course up and running in 7 days that's child's play.
Yeah. Well, one possible roadblock to this: video games.
Oh, yeah, that's already a problem.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to address that with AI and ask it about, video game abstention. What is the word? Abstinence.
Yeah.
Abstinence. Video game abstinence. I need to practice video game abstinence for that 30 days. Otherwise, it's gonna be a huge roadblock.
Ooh, yeah.
Cell phone games too, dude. I'm like, cell phone games are just as bad for me. Like any games.
Okay, so you're gonna have to cut down on that, my friend, and maybe you should ask ChatGPT what to do about that. But all right, so we will check back in 1 week's time, and
The first step is to admit that I'm powerless over video games.
yeah. So I don't know how ChatGPT can help you with that. So the question is, what did ChatGPT say that you had to do? What would be the punishment if you did not fulfill any of these things?
Yeah, so far I've only thought of punishments against ChatGPT. I haven't thought about punishments against myself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what should the punishment be? I mean, should I ask it right now? Let me ask it right now. Give me a second here. So
Yeah.
word the question. What
Okay, what besides not making money, what would be the punishment I would receive or you would recommend for not fulfilling these tasks in a timely fashion?
stand by.
All right, he's doing it. Drum roll, please.
And it's important to approach the concept of punishment in a professional and ethical manner, especially in a business relationship. Instead of punishment, consider implementing consequences or accountability measures that are fair and transparent. Here are some ideas: performance review, loss of future opportunities, contractual consequences, reputational impact, professional development, collaborative problem solving. The best approach will depend on the nature of the relationship and the specific terms of the challenge. It's usually beneficial to maintain a positive and constructive tone, focusing on growth and future success rather than punitive measures. That's very nice and sweet. And a little bit of shame there. It's reputational impact, things like that. So maybe it's going to shame me a bit. So what do you think, Andres? What should my consequences be? Because I think we're going to have to establish some.
I think that you don't have to worry about your reputational impact. That was shot a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. I mean, you go hungry, I guess.
Yeah.
You have to set that for yourself, man. But I think that it will be interesting if you can set this challenge, actually stick to it. But man, creating a whole course in 3-4 days, that's quite a task.
Yeah. I'm curious too. I want to play with some of the AI voice narration tools. I mean, so I want to see if any of those are any decent. Because if I could use those for the course, that'd make it a lot faster of a process. Could streamline that. We'll see about that though. So I don't know that much about that.
It's time to get cracking, buddy.
Yeah, let's get into it. Let's open that AI rabbit hole and dive on in.
All right. So next week, ladies and gentlemen, tune in here, and we will find out if AI can turn Justin's life around and make him 5,000 doll hairs.
$5,000. Woo! And while we're on there, we might as well cover some marketing news too. So,
yeah, I got nothing, man.
no, I mean next week, not this week.
Oh, next week. Okay. Sounds good. Perfect. All right. So that wraps it up for this short, abbreviated episode. But tune in next week, ladies and gentlemen, when we find out, can Justin put down his cell phone long enough to actually make some money?
and what happens, and find out the very, very secret punishment what will happen if he does not.
I'm waiting with bated breath, my friend. And until then,
It's going to surprise you.
I'm Andros Sturgeon.
And I'm Justin Womack.
And we are the Marketing Geeks. And we are out.
You stay classy.
Marketing Geeks, come on, bring your friends. We'll learn marketing from distant lands. Andros Sturgeon and Justin Womack, the fun will never end. It's Marketing Geeks.
Marketing